actually quite simple. She'll just turn into air bubbles and float right out of the top. Oh no! I told them to check all the props carefully. With the lid on.
Все, вроде новая трансляция началась. Блин, что-то странное происходит. Ну ладно.
Luckily, it's me on stage, so let me show you what a true virtuoso can do.
Сейчас в творческой студии поменяю.
Lynette, are you still there? Don't go too far. We don't want to use up all our magic.
Hi, I'm back.
Uh-huh.
Так, сейчас попробуем настроить, что вообще херня какая-то происходит. Что-то первая трансляция, блядь, как будто 21 час назад. Это жестко, это странно все. Ладно. Так, здесь заходим. 2 минуты назад. Все, здесь должно быть все отлично. Должны уведомления всем прийти. Ну сейчас. Ну ля, мужчина, конечно, нихуя себе, блядь. Глаза какие, посмотрите только.
Thank you, everyone. But our magical journey has only just... The magic of transformation and disappearance can go far beyond what you've just seen.
Котик такой милый. Ульта у него, конечно, реально милая, прям. Apple time.
I will require the please. If my assist, there are 2 boxes and only 2 boxes. One is here and one is there in the aisle. I'm sure many of our clever our lucky audience now please.
Wow, how's he gonna? Hey, do you think this is all magic tricks, or does Lenny?
The lucky audience member will be generated by this it selects numbers entirely at random. Now then, let's begin.
Прям шапито.
Let me see. Oh, Rosette, please come forward. My assistant will take you beside.
Meow.
I'm sorry, it might be a little cramped inside, but no need to feel nervous. We've careful. You don't need to do anything. If the magic is interrupted, who knows where you might end up? Oh, right. Before I enter the magic.
Крепость Миропит — это, по-моему, тюрьма у них, да?
Like this. 60, 59, 58. I won't be able to see anything in the pitch black box, so I'll be relying. Oh, and no tricks now. If you quickly count from 60 in just 30 seconds, then I'll...
Ooh, Paimon kinda wants to count faster after hearing him say that.
No, that won't do. I can see it. Come on, repeat after... 60, 59, 58. That's right.
Учим английский.
Keep it going. All right, I'll see...
54, 53? Why aren't you counting, Nervalet?
I am counting in my head. I think things are exciting enough in here as it is. Merely a consequence of my identity and personality. Do not worry about me. Just enjoy the show.
Oh, all right. You look so serious that Paimon thought... 40, 39!
Mr. Linney, are you all right in there? Is everything ready?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm just double-checking the direction of the magic. It would be a disaster if we get sent to the wrong places. For example, mid-air right above the audience.
Even though he's saying that, Lenny doesn't seem nervous at all.
Что ты кричишь? Что случилось?
What was that noise? Did you hear it too?
Штирлиц пришел.
Sure. Anyway, it doesn't
Спойлеры. А тут не... Да, тут нет... В смысле спойлеры? У меня... Потому что я зашла в игру, все началось с сюжетки. Сейчас не бойся, все пролистается. Тут же ничего еще такого нету.
Never mind the decorations. There's
No, that's unacceptable. I want my show to be...
Я не думаю, что тут что-то будет прям жесткое.
Feels like you're all starting to count fast.
Я просто хочу примогемы, понимаете? Примогемы и молитвы. Я сейчас просто пройду сейчас... Ну, раз уже начала, я без стрима играла чуть-чуть.
Almost there now. Whew. Swapping two people is harder work than you might think. Even a master magician like me can't guarantee I'll get it right the first time.
Прикиньте, сейчас все
Hey,
пропадет.
wait. Is this the back one? I can't tell. They both look the same inside. Huh? No, that's not it. I'll try again. Hey, slow down! Honestly. Whoops! That doesn't count.
Ну, сейчас по-любому все нормально будет. Я, короче, в шоке. Ой, привет, привет! Я, короче, в шоке. Скачала обновление, удалила все приложения, которые были. Потом, когда скачала, у меня свалились странные книги, приханкай скачиваю. Ну, хотя у тебя в хорошем качестве, посмотрю сюжетку. Ну да, она без зависаний, так что... Чё нахуй? А там же чел был. Должен был быть. Охуеть, я в ахуе.
Is this part of the show?
Не, мне кажется, это...
You're going to use magic to fix the stage now, right?
What happened?
Я в ахуе, чё, блядь? Я сама первый раз сейчас сюжетку смотрю, это, блядь,
Maybe
чё,
this is
блядь?
part of the show. The girl was still in that box, right?
This performance is over. Medical staff with me. Guards secure the scene and detain all the performers.
Пиздец, у меня мурашки, реально. Тут сюжетка реально интересная, блядь.
Yes, that's right. If this was just an accident, then we must investigate the cause. But if this was all part of some scheme, then those
У меня просто мурашки по ногам, блядь, идут. У меня, блядь, просто... Чё, блядь? Охуеть. Обнаружен погибший.
Apparently, the fireworks on stage ignited the ropes that were suspending the water tank, which then caused the tank to fall onto the stage.
Охуеть.
As of now, we are still not sure why we found Cowl in the box, rather than...
Ну, зрительница жива, ну, блядь, чё нахуй? А еще вы заметили, что у Невилетта у него нету глаза бога? Типа его нам не показывали ни в анонсе, нигде. Пиздец, чё нахуй?
That it is connected with the case of the serial disappearances of young women.
the serial disappearances case?
That's the case that Charlotte mentioned before.
I know the truth. I can see through. I say that our powerful magician, Mr. Linney,
Охуеть.
is now the prime suspect for the serial disappearance.
Вот так вот, блядь. Вот тебе и линия.
Why me? This whole thing was an accident.
Oh, this all occurred during your magic show, did it not? Now that I think about it, that whole speech about magicians...
That can't be right. He was in the box on the stage the entire time. Besides, before the show, he told us that he would like to catch the criminal behind the disappearances.
Save discussion for a later time, please. Lady Farina.
I
Спутников. Нас еще, блядь, привязали. Охуенно. Пиздата. Просто вау.
Early to talk about formally, but what Lady Farina said just now makes perfect sense.
A kidnapping and murder carried out under the car.
I mean, of course, my dear people. But what that's right. I mean you, traveler.
Класс.
Support Lily, won't you?
Можешь пододвинуть типа надпись «Сбор»? А, да, сейчас. Извиняюсь. Сейчас. Сейчас все сделаем. Ой, я не то двигаю. Сейчас, секундочку. Сейчас. Хотя, блин, сейчас, секундочку, я кое-что сделаю. Я назад все передвину, но сделаю поприкольней. Я просто все сейчас это скрою, чтобы это никому не мешало. Вот, сейчас. Опа. Так, я и Мика, и это у нас как называется надпись? Сейчас. О, все.
Then there's no problem at all. You know, the traveler and I already had a duel the first time we met. But with Linny's help, our little duel ended in a draw. But draws really are the most boring possible outcome. So, no more draws. Between the two of us, there must be a clear winner and loser. And what better place to
Короче, нас сейчас будут судить, как в тизере было.
Draw? She obviously lost last time.
Ну, пожалуйста, все для вас, мои родные. Ну, сейчас нас Тарталья спасет, я отвечаю. Я смотрю тебя через телек, если что, я на телефоне... А, все понятно. Ты действительно готова представлять интересы господина Линни все... Да?
Both sides may investigate this. Linny and his troop are all potential suspects and shall remain within the opera house. The audience may begin to leave in an orderly fashion once they have been cleared by the guards.
A day isn't that long. Let's see what kind of case this big shot.
Какая она вредняшка, блин.
Short amount of time. I'm really quite looking forward to hearing it.
Sorry about everything that happened just now.
Бедная Линни, мне его так жалко.
Of course. Who wouldn't be scared after witnessing an accident like that?
Yeah, I'm a little shaken up myself. How could this happen? And poor Cal. I know you already claimed that you would defend me, but now it's just us talking. Good to hear.
Не, ну явно я так не думаю, что это он. Я не понимаю, его просто подставили по-любому. Просто кто хуй знает. По-любому опять Фатуи. Бля, ну тут сюжетка, это просто пиздец.
I don't know whether what happened there on the stage was purely an accident or not. And I don't know why poor Cal was in the box. As for how that girl chosen from the audience could suddenly disappear.
А прикиньте, не Вилет, это и есть, блядь, тот, типа, чел, который всех девушек крал.
Even a skilled and knowledgeable magician like myself couldn't pull all that off in just 1 minute.
Which is precisely why we need to investigate. As this book says, the impossible could not have happened. Whatever happened must have been that which is...
Бля, ну и рожа. Где ты взялась? Какая она милая, господи. Блять, это надо сохранить обязательно.
Feeling depressed isn't going to, but with the guards watching our every move, it's going to be especially difficult. Good thing you agreed to be our attorneys.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, just leave it to us. Oh, since we're going to start investigating...
Oh, well, I'm afraid
The secrets behind our magic are past saving, Lenny.
I suppose you're right. Tis truly a pity. As a magician, our magic shows a work of art. We've poured countless but if
Не, ну
revealing our
пиздец.
secrets will help you uncover the truth behind what happened, then it will be well worth it. We should go somewhere else if we're going to discuss our magic tricks. We'll go speak with the guards, and in the meantime, you can go investigate this.
Alright, let's go have a look while the investigation teams are still...
Детектив Пайман, блядь. Я просто хотела часть сюжеточки пройти, потом идти исследовать Фонтейнм, но, блядь.
Ah, I see. You must be the traveler that Lady Farina mentioned. Listen, I'll be perfectly honest. Come with me and you'll see.
Ну, сейчас, блядь.
The deceased is one of Linny's assistants named Cal. Even though he hadn't joined the troop long, he was hardworking and everyone generally liked him.
Ебать, первый раз
Assistants are
убийство
usually in
жесткое.
charge
Что
of setting
такое,
up and
блядь?
inspecting the props, as well as assisting with the show and keeping the crowd engaged. As you probably saw when you were in the audience, the water tank suddenly fell and smashed. This is the real mystery. We've already searched the scene. However, if you look carefully, the box was positioned directly under the water tank. Ropes holding the tank were then burned by the pyrotechnics on stage, causing them to snap. All these factors lining up so perfectly makes, if anything, the more logical explanation is that the whole incident was intentionally planned. And Linny is the most likely person to...
But he doesn't have a motive.
Блядь.
Are you both good friends?
Well, you can't say...
So in just a short time, he was not only able to win your trust, but even... I know there's no such thing as magic. I've seen a lot of cases, and I can tell you that people are the least reliable. Sorry, I tend to be pretty straightforward. Just know that I'm... Anyway, you may investigate the scene of the crime yourselves if you're curious.
Ебать, улики прям будем находить, охуеть. Ну, давайте не будем пока это все проходить, потому что я не думаю, что это прям кому-то очень... А, я не смогу, да, выйти? Или переместиться? Кайф. Походу придется дальше, ладно. На это место и пришелся удар. Не окажись кола внутри. Блять, ладно. Что еще посмотреть? Тут исследовать давайте посмотрим. Значит, это самая веревка, которая порвалась, уронив резервуар с водой. Выглядит довольно прочно. Как она могла так быстро сгореть от фейерверков? Бля, ну Пайман пиздец. Линия не уделил должного внимания безопасности или... Ну давай тут это. Просто смотрю на место обрыва веревки. Тут какой-то другой материал. Особая веревка. Веревка для подвешивания резервуара с водой внезапно оборвалась, когда на сцене запускали фейерверк. Расследование показало, что на месте обрыва веревка была изготовлена из легкого воспламеняющегося материала. Ля, ну, пиздец. Давайте проскипаю.
Sure. Her name is Halls. Apparently, the magic troupe. Simply put, she wasn't related to the magic troupe at all. That's how it seems.
Okay then.
No need to be so. It is of utmost importance.
Информация пропавшей. Пропавшая по имени Хози, известная художница, которая пришла посмотреть магическое шоу. Чтобы снять напряжение от работы, она не вовлечена в какую-либо вражду с представителями магической труппы Линни. Они все тут на одно лицо, блядь. Так я тут осматривала уже, вроде нет. Жандабр, мы закончили осмотр места происшествия, оставив на сцене сломанный ящик. И что дальше? Нам надо дальше бежать? А я не могу выйти, да, отсюда теперь? Не, ну кайф, чё. Можно с вами карту позачищать, или вы же задание выполняете? А я сейчас пока сюжетку прохожу, я случайно начала, и теперь не могу выйти отсюда. Вот. Поэтому как-то так.
I see that you're investigating the area. Well, it just so happens that I'm interested too.
Не, ну я буду карту зачищать потихонечку, там собирать окулусы и, как сказать, и сундуки собирать, поэтому вот. Просто я начала раз сюжетку проходить, и теперь выйти отсюда не могу. Вот. Ну, сейчас я по-быстрому постараюсь поскипать, но сюжетка реально интересная. Странный звук во время представления. Во время фокуса с волшебного ящика раздался отчетливый звук, который слышали многие зрители, присутствовавшие в зале. Так. Ну, я Молли поспрашиваем. Блин. О, тут еще есть место. Окей. Ох, ебать.
Mistaken, you're also among those who wish to cut down the thorns and pursue the truth.
Ля, какая женщина.
Have you never heard of the Spina di Rosula? From mediating disputes and providing protection to solving conundrums, and I,
Типа адвокат она?
have the honor of being its renowned president. Those who play by our rules call me boss.
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
And I'm Melus. Demoiselle's various daily needs and affairs are under my purview.
Huh? Boss? Demoiselle? What gives with the...
Well, I am the second generation president. Melus and the others are still
President.
used to my previous...
My apologies, Demoiselle. Should you prefer, boss?
No need. You don't have to call me boss. Just Navia is fine.
Okay, if you say so. Not the...
All merely trifling details. Never mind, that's right. I've always kept an eye on the serial disappearance cases. Judging from the look of things,
Really? We think so too. That's why we're... But how did you come to that conclusion?
Intuition, naturally. My unparalleled... Farina sure was quick to point the finger at Linny without any decisive evidence whatsoever, wasn't she? But that's not uncommon for her. If you remember, the justice had to interrupt her and ask if she was pressing charges just to keep her from getting carried away. Anyway, a trial begins the moment someone levels charges. And...
Sounds more like you just don't...
Well, what's your opinion? I must admit that she can be interesting at times. All right. I've answered your question.
Wait a minute. Did that answer count?
Well, I say it does. But don't worry. You won't hear any pointless... In your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial...
Well...
And why would that be? children loose.
Most astute of you, demoiselle. I too think that the trap, no matter how wonderful the script or how fervent the
Ну тут прям,
audience's
смотрите, отвечаю на,
expectations may be,
на вопросы и нормально, так прям сюжет идет, да?
must be based, and if that can be done,
All right, that's quite enough, Maloose. Anyway, now, I need to make some preparations, following which...
Wait! Since when did we become...
Oh, well, I can be the assistant.
That's more like...
Far be it from me to brag, but I believe you wish to save a friend from false accusations.
You have a point. Huh. You're quite... what about you over there? What do you think? You seem like you've got something on your mind.
Хуя бы этот Джеймс Бонд, блять.
I have nothing to add.
Oh.
We'll be making some preparations first. Just be sure to let us know if they start revealing Lenny's trick.
Господи, они такие маленькие.
But no one can freely enter or exit the opera house.
No, we're not leaving. Were you always guarding this entrance?
Yes. After the Chief Justice gave the order, everyone
Такие лопушки они, ё-моё, я не могу. Я не понимаю, что это, как будто это животное какое-то, как будто какой-то олененок. Привет, привет. Это имба обнова. Да, Флаффи, этот настолько охуенно. Так у меня сейчас пока ком взорвется. Не, у меня все нормально, но, бля, это настолько охуенно. Тут такая сюжетка интересная. Это просто нечто. Мне очень понравилось, честно. Я в шоке. Я сижу с бомжами, ДС, играю в геншин, смотрю YouTube, интерактивную карту качаю, PUBG юзаю. А, ну понятно, почему тогда. Входы и выходы, все, пон. Плюс клички для Паймана. Факт. Так, еще нам нужно кое-что найти. Сейчас что-нибудь постараемся еще найти. А что, нам за кулисы можно будет как-то пройти или что? А, вот в зоне цели, ладно. Ой, я не разглядела, куда нам надо идти. Все-таки туда же. Я же там уже была же. Ладно. Шарик и песик. Ну это я смотрела уже это. Дальше что у нас?
Go ahead, have a look around. In the end.
Да блин, не туда, куда я жмал? Куда я жмала, блядь?
The investigation team has some new findings. Turns out there's an issue with the random number selector after all.
See, I told you. What if the machine picked some...
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Lenny and Lynette with their side of the investigation.
You're trying to help them?
Lenny used the machine to pick a random member of the audience during it. Well, we thought there might be a serious problem with the machine.
It turns out that the seat number it picked wasn't random at all. I'm sure you already know that you have to make a reservation. In other words, Lenny knew who would be...
That much checks out.
Bet you see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Lenny.
Так. Когда мы уже можем вырваться из этого театра?
Understood. Then I will be going with you. Just so you're aware.
Very good. Thanks for being so agreeable.
You may spare the pleasantries.
You've arrived. Who's this? Me? I'm Spina di Rosula's guardian angel. If you...
Она похожа и на пирата, и на какую-то, блин, и шляпа у нее не пиратская. Так странно выглядит она, да?
Fine by.
Oh, new helper?
Well, let's just say we're tagging along. It's not every day.
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me.
Сейчас посмотрим, как он фокусы свои совершал.
Huh? Below stage?
Yes, a world of secrets is hidden beneath this magic. But before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here? I'm not trying to be dramatic. Remembering the details of a
А может, это Лини просто хотел убить, и все?
Weren't there balloons and...
Ah, good eye. That's
the back? You mean the...
very good indeed. The back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board. So, if you put 2 and 2 together, what do you... Exactly.
Макияж имба.
There was a passageway under the magic box!
I knew you'd figure out most of it. The 2 magic boxes are positioned. See this flatbed trolley? The box with the lucky audience member in it?
This trolley can raise and lower and even rotate, ensuring that the box...
I see. So that's the...
Precisely. The inner box would descend after the audience member was put inside.
So that's how you...
Once the box was
Она
lowered,
могла тут сбежать,
trolley would
получается,
store
да?
some energy. The audience member would only be able to feel...
Right! You were talking that whole time! And you even...
Ah, yes. A phonograph operated. My assistant and I had already scripted our conversation beforehand. When the countdown began...
And what about Lynette?
I was in the mezzanine space.
Oh, interesting!
That's how we were able to coordinate Linny's lines with the assistant. And, by the way...
I mean, we are twins. All it takes is a change of clothes and no one can tell. And that's my favorite part of this trick.
So that's how it all worked!
Lynette would briefly walk out of the box and then go back in. Jumping in,
Да.
and then I walk out of the other box in the audience area. And the trick, but as you saw, Cal was in the box.
Какая
not our
красивая,
audience
блядь.
member. She, on the other hand,
Но она...
mysteriously
We really don't know how that happened.
If not for that interlude, this would have been an astonishing... And yet, to think that someone was able to use... Could we have a look around?
This is the scene of the crime. So Linny and Lynette are not...
Yes, of course. No need to be so strict now.
Thanks, everyone. We're counting on you.
Бля, ну меня это уже это...
The floor is wet. Please be careful not to slip.
Speaking of which... What?
Oh! Hi, my nose! It's one of those tricks, and here's a broken bit.
That can't be.
Let's...
Так, блин, шо? Не хочется исследоваться.
What looks like a hook tied to the end of a rope. Huh?
Perhaps it was a prop for...
Whatever it...
Oh, her clothes are here, but she's...
Right. And do you really need... Ugh. This is so confusing.
Паймер не хочет быть детективом больше. Лол. Я тоже уже не хочу сюжетку проходить. О, здесь могла она вылезти, да?
It seems someone could fit through here.
Alone, perhaps. But if they had to...
But there are no other ways in or out of here. Oh, you're right. Let Paimon write that down. Seems we're just about done investigating down here.
Yes, let's head back up. Well, we've ascertained the state of the let's find a place to sort out our findings once.
Apologies for the wait.
So, what did the guards say? Did the
They believe the odds of that are very low. The guards have checked the area carefully. No one left through the basement during the performance or after the incident.
So the tunnels become like a secret chamber.
The plot? No wonder for
In other words, the charges
Да.
are very likely to be upheld.
Блин,
unless
если
we make some
честно,
considerable progress.
это слишком прям долго все, и я бы уже хотела поисследовать мир, но, блин, сюжетка реально классная.
This is how a trial goes in the opera house. That's right. This is how indemnitium is produced. The statements from both sides, the defenses from attorneys. To put it simply, it's as if the oratrice has its own will.
This also precludes any kind of favoritism.
Once both sides have finished speaking, the chief just then, finally, the oratrice will be consulted by officials.
Huh? So that machine is the one that actually did some...
In practice, there is very little difference. Both have always come to the same judge. Ah, yes, the guards also asked me to... Because we've chosen to act as the twins' proxies.
They're concerned that we might be colluding with outside parties. And even if that were not so, it could prove problematic if we...
I'm ready to break out at an...
Whoa! There's no need for that. Paimon thinks...
Of course. I just hope you don't mind the lack of options, I'm afraid.
In that case, let's just sort out our findings together here. Pity. I was hoping to take you... I mean, what better way to properly think through our
Breaking out suddenly doesn't seem like such a...
Паймон готова сломать дверь ради сладости. Это я. Я тоже сейчас очень хочу сладкого, просто ужас. Не знаю, Миша сегодня уехал на тренинг по работе. Я надеюсь, он купит что-нибудь сладенького. Может быть, булочку, там, я не знаю, с повидлом. Или булочку с вареной сгущенкой. Или булочку с маком. Или что-нибудь вкусненького. Я так хочу сладкого. Это просто нечто. А они, блядь, еще тут говорят про сладкое.
Yes, I must be prepared to meet the...
I have eggs, sugar, and almonds.
Good work, you two. Then I'll get to it.
These three are quite the interesting...
Нихуя себе. Мне такая нужна печка тоже.
I was applauding.
And I was giving encouraging smile.
Paimon was just thinking. Aren't you worried about getting your fancy dress?
Well, I don't think it's carved in stone anywhere that fancy ladies can only read.
Так мило, она еще пироженки любит печь. Я надеюсь, она будет играбельна. Я хочу ее выбить. Она мне нравится. А вам она нравится? Просто она такая крутая, блин.
Tea is ready to be served as well. This is the... No need for concern.
All right then. Down to business. However, we can assume that Linny and Lynette were not the magician twins could have committed the crimes, of course, but they lack any...
Exactly! Why would they do such a thing right when everyone...
The flower vase and the thud we heard during the performance could indicate some altercation between resulting in the shattering of the vase, the discarding of her clothes, and perhaps the criminal thought that since she was chosen from the crowd...
Paimon thinks that makes sense, but the real...
True. None of the clues, but... The only people left to consider
Может, она сама себя похитила?
Whether it's the missing...
Could Halsey have secretly made modifications to the magic props?
That's right. And even if she had tampered with the setup, nor does she have any motive. The guard said that she has never had any dealings with the magic troop's members.
Were we not thorough enough in our... From the sound of things, this is turning into an impossible case. Your macarons are amazing, though, Nadia.
Макароны у тебя просто объеденные.
Super sweet.
They are my specialty.
What? 5? Oh, that can't be right.
Please don't worry about it. At my age...
No. Being greedy is one thing, but besides, Paimon knows that if she ate too many, then others wouldn't have enough. Wait, even you don't like Paimon?
Прикиньте, невидимый кто-нибудь это делает. Охуеть.
You. If Paimon ate those 2 extra macarons, then may they
All right, we get it. Well, I suppose set up the stove again if you would.
Huh? What?
Making sure everyone gets 3 macarons, of course.
Exactly. We don't want to trouble you.
As you wish, demoiselle.
And I have the egg, sugar, and all.
Well, this really...
Что-то мне кажется, блядь, что-то тут нечисто, блядь, с этими макаронами, блядь.
Well, that's it for snack time. I'm going to have another look around the... I don't know what we're looking for yet. But we've still got some time. It would be awkward if you got all tongue-tied on stage during the...
All right, thanks for your help.
Да, блядь, что у меня с телефоном?
It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Malus, it's time to go. I'll be back if I find anything new.
Пипец, сюжетку уже 40 минут прохожу. Офигеть. Офигеть. Когда мы уже сможем выйти отсюда? Надеюсь, сейчас мы уже это сможем все. Потому что я уже хочу выйти отсюда, но, блин. Все готово. Так, примите участие в судебном заседании. Ой, ну музычка тут, конечно, вообще крутая. Тут прям классика играет какая-то.
Just relax. Even if everyone else suspects Lenny, besides, I doubt Farina understands any.
Thanks, Navia.
Best of luck to you.
Сейчас будет развязочка, давайте. Блин, я сегодня ни ежедневки не прошла, ни смолу не слила нормально.
Well, how did your
To be honest,
No. We're already very grateful.
Well, now, don't you all look That was to be expected, of course. But don't let that stop you. I shall be terribly disappointed.
Since both parties are present, I declare that the trial... Firstly, in order for the audience to understand the causes and results...
Yes, of course. I will explain while Lynette demonstrates.
Thank you, Mr. Linney. In that case, I take your statement to be that you ran to
Молодец,
and
30
remained
молитв,
hidden
это хорошо.
the magic box in the audience
А я
stands
ничего не
once the trick
накопила,
began,
я все слила
and thus could
в
not have
оружейку.
committed the crime. Is this correct?
Yes, that's
In that case, I call upon the prosecution. Lady,
Why, of course I do. Allow me to take the first shot and break this case wide open. Mr. Linney is clearly lying. There is no way you could have been in the box the whole time if you were to abduct Hall.
That is simply your hypothesis based on the...
Oh, is that so? And if I may ask, what did you hear while you were inside your box?
The roaring countdown of the crowd, of course. That's how I kept track of the time and built anticipation for the finale.
And you didn't hear anything else at all? Nothing?
No, nothing.
I see. But when the count reached 30 seconds or so, there was a thud.
Huh?
Hey, hang on.
Yeah, I'm sure he could have heard a noise that loud from inside the box.
I was right by the box, and I definitely heard the...
Опа.
Look at those scales. Could those...
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to use the words. Of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my foundations are rock solid. Tell me, aren't you and Lynette actually from
The House of the Hearth?
No wonder they did something like this.
Блять, фатуи. Вот они, прямо тут.
Now it all makes sense.
I've got a feeling that what happened on stage.
That's irrelevant. Our identities have nothing to do with what happened.
Indeed. Then perhaps you could tell us if your first priority is to prove yourself innocent after all. I'm sure there is little that needs... The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my, don't...
Радуется, блядь. Мне кажется, слишком рано.
Now comes the infighting and good thing I made all those preparations.
Hey, Linny, why didn't you tell us this before?
Order! Order! Mr. Linney, allow me to re-establish the facts. First, when the thud was heard in the Opera House, you were neither in the box nor the tunnel. Are these claims true? Please answer my question.
I'm sorry.
Пиздец. Тут же еще и Чайлд находится, это пиздец.
I knew it.
Well, that's it. We might as
What should we do now?
Granted. In that case, what is your request?
Is that really necessary?
The defendant deceived their own attorneys. What is...
Order! Order, I say! Your request is reasonable, and we shall...
Как будто дед озвучивает, да?
This trial will reconvene in 1 hour.
So you would stick to Mr. Linney's defense even in that case. My dear audience, let's allow...
Пиздец, блядь. Чё нахуй? Ля, встала такая вся.
This is awkward. I didn't think the Hydro Archon would dig all that up. I'm sorry, Traveler and Paimon.
Yeah. Paimon doesn't know where to... We based our entire reasoning on the... Not to set the wrong tone or anything.
I'm very sorry. I know you've clashed with the Vatui several times before, but our organization is very, very large.
Right now, we want to save people.
That's right. I'm sure we're on the same page when it comes to this nation and the disaster that it's... I knew if it weren't for our respective identities, we could become good friends. That's why I didn't wish to flat out lie to you. But the truth is very important, but being completely transparent about everything... Right. So, you be the judge.
Ля, это грустно.
Heck, if I were you, I fear that I'd even struggle to trust me at this point. You met a Fatus who works as a magician, a trickster by trade. But still, I'm asking you to trust me.
Sorry. Please forgive us.
Well, you both say that, but... Right. Let's hear your answer.
Of course. I'll answer it. We've been trying to find out how the Oratrice operates. We want to know why it has a consciousness. During our investigations, we learned that the machine's core... From that moment on, Lynette and I have been designing this box swap trick with the...
Is that why you needed a whole minute?
That's right. In truth, the audience would take about 75 seconds to count down from 60. So, after jumping into the tunnel, I accessed the Opera House base.
That air vent was created during the construction of the tunnel, specifically to...
Well, nothing. As soon as which should have been impossible, of course, that voice seemed to recognize me and tried to speak to me. I chose to err on the way back. I saw the broken vase and the clothes on the ground. But the count after that... The homicide occurred...
Well, that explains why you didn't hear the thud.
Because of that prophecy I told you about, of course. We must know all we can about this nation.
That's the only way we can save everyone.
So, there you have it. The whole truth. It was never my wish to proceed under this cloud, but like I said earlier, you can be the judge. If you want to leave because you don't...
Well, Traveler, you decide. Paimon will follow
Ну, конечно, мы останемся, блядь, что за бред?
for giving us a chance.
The current problem is that the scales are if we want to refute the Hydro Archon's accusation, huh?
Both parties have returned to their positions. Let us continue the trial. When last we left off, Mr. Linney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina may continue stating...
That took long enough. At this stage, let's revisit that scene from Linney's perspective.
Вы можете устанавливать несостоятельные части свидетельств, основывая изложенные... Чё? Блин, я сейчас вот с этим вообще не справлюсь. Вы прикалываетесь надо мной, что ли? Или что? Как это работает? Пиздец. С начала обратного отчета он спустился в тоннель. Накрыл ящик, и у них сходу случилась борьба.
Cowell arrived in the tunnel, having heard so Linney proceeded to afterward. Linney passed the unconscious Halsey to his accomplice through the magic box in the and there you have it. That's the
Does the defendant's side have any objections?
The key to refuting Lady Farina is the order of
Так, рассказ Линии. Оказалось, в тоннеле Линии через вычислитель. Ну, давай. Дальше. Линии похищает Хоузи. Так. Вот это возьмем. О. И чё, вот это, что ли?
Linney did not take part in the underground altercation.
Attention! When the countdown started, Linney did, but he immediately used a vent to access the Opera House basement. Once he reached that area, the crime scene had already he reached the surface.
Ха-ха, блядь. И чё ты скажешь нам на это?
Denial is very straight. Of course I do. If he had... You're saying that he wasn't?
Ой, а что мне выбрать? Что является доказательством того, что Линь не была в тоннеле на момент совершения преступления? Ну, странный звук, явно. Все, разъебали. Бля, а кто? Мне кажется, она.
What I must do next is recreate the truth. What Cowell did, and how he went from would-be perpetrator to victim. No one entered or left the opera house through its entrances. The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. It would have been tough for both people to fit into. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between. Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. No one entered or left the The deceased's name is Cowell. Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment. It would have been tough for both.
Твою мать, как это сделать?
The deceased's name is Cowell. The sound we heard may have come from a The deceased's name is Cowell. Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. Linny was not in the tunnel.
Так, ну одно верно у нас, да?
Linny was not in the tunnel at. The deceased's name is Cowell. No one entered or left the. The deceased's name is Cowell.
Ну ладно, осталось два.
The deceased's name is Cowell. Halsey's clothing. No one entered or.
What's wrong, Traveler? Are you still having trouble?
I see how it is.
Look, since we're at a dead end, just like the trick is it
If only we knew how Halsey.
Well, that would be nice, but the tunnel only has 3 exits, and none of them seem very likely. And it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just make a real live person disappear.
Excuse my interruption, dear opponents, but do you not see that the...
If the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Linny was not in the tunnel at that. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey. The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's. The vase was not broken by chance.
Ура!
Paimon gets it! Lynette escaped from the water tank, vanishing gradually and leaving all. If there's a similar.
Oh, just a mo. How could a person ever be transformed into water? This. Must we really? Magic tricks are ultimately just illusions and misdirection.
Even so, I trust that the truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of reasoning. Since Cal was the deceased, but given that we aren't making much progress with the case...
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at...
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to be at an impact... Guards, please step into the lounge and examine the personal effects of the deceased, Callum.
We are still examining the items, but we have already made critical. We discovered several test tubes of fluid within. The notebook in his backpack claims that these fluids are water.
The primordial.
The note's contents also indicate that Cowell belonged to an organization that sells illegal. The notebook has many entries concerning safe usage of these fluids, in which one of these tubes was labeled Opera Epiclese. Along with yet the notes also state that these dissolution properties work exclusively on people from Fontейнm. It's likely that Halsey was... As such, we believe that the defense's hypothesis...
You've got to be kidding! People...
But something so ridiculous...
Wait a moment. This reminds me of a certain prophecy.
Huh. If people can become water, does that mean that the water... Wait just a minute. Could that mean...
Demoiselle, wait! What about your partners?
Let's go.
Order! Order! It is undeniable that further examination of the deceased... Still, let us assume that these clues are indeed authentic, albeit with the Guards, please continue examining the items along these... Mr. Linney, it appears your hypothesis is supported by the evidence, so please...
Of course. If we uphold this hypothesis, I believe that many of this...
Right! Like the metal hut! Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that. What?
The deceased's name is Cowell. The water from the primordial sea should already... The rope that strung the water tank up was lit by the fireworks and cut. Now it seems like the hook rope was not... I remember there was something else with... Lynette was in the magic box on stage. The water from the primordials... Lynette was in the magic box on... The rope that strung the water...
Ой, ладно.
Lynette was in the magic... I remember there was some... The rope that strung the water... Now it seems like the hook rope would...
It's in the original plan. Cowell would tamper with the water tank. When the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, the metal hook would retract gradually, and when the balloon attached to the box popped. Afterward, Cowell would enter the tunnel and break the flower vase to conceal the... But he encountered something unexpected.
Huh. That actually links together.
Oh dear, what do I do? Even I think they sound convincing now.
Now, it seems like the only point of his notes mentioned he had an accomplice who could be related to the city.
On that note, the guards have just I shall now invite him on stage to share it with us.
Блять, у меня инадзума закончился. Ля, ну это трэш, у меня такое же было недавно.
And we found an identical sample of the water from...
What?
That can't be. Does this not... My dear citizens, my loyal audience... Linny did not need to take part in the dissolution of the young woman at all, having made modifications to the props beforehand. But upon his return, and ultimately, he knocked Cowell out, and the tool meant to now, as much as I regret having come to such a viciously straightforward... Am I right?
We've used up all the evidence we collected. Is this the end?
Oh no! Seems using the water as new evidence was too good a move.
I think we've all seen enough now. And we have ample witnesses to my... I believe this is indeed the... Now then, my good, noble...
Excuse me, everyone.
Miss, I must ask you not...
Oh, come on. Don't be hasty. I have a good reason for interrupting, you know. Now I'll show you an amazing trick. One that can bring a young woman... What?
No offense, miss, but miracles like that...
Come on now, don't be silly. Magic is all about misdirection, isn't it? It often can... But once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to... And wouldn't such a trick be the most marvelous... Come on, Lenny and Lynette. Give it another go. But, as the magic makers and stars of the show...
I understand.
And voila.
Там что, третий ящик был или что?
Sorry.
Wait, isn't that Halsey?
To be clear, I'm only here because this person told me that if I was hiding outside this room listening to the proceeding. I was just feeling happy that no one had noticed me. And then before... That'll teach you to Where should I begin? Firstly, my name isn't Halsey. It's Lillian. I heard that Linny's show was gonna be a real thriller. That's how I make a living. I steal stuff here and there. But I was noticed at the harbor a few days ago, and I barely got away.
Hey! No wonder you look familiar. Liddy even mentioned that you...
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it, but then he even mentioned the Fortress of mmorpg. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how shocked I was. So I played along with the show while looking for an opening to flee. But then I got water poured on me for no... I wasn't going to take that lying down. So there was nowhere to run from there, though. So I slipped out after the first guard arrived at the scene and continued hiding and...
Can a person even hide in there?
But I swear, I didn't know that the water tank would fall down. Had I known that, I wouldn't have put him in the magic box. I may be a thief.
Well, that makes everything pretty clear now, doesn't it?
This time, we need to tell...
Так. Что у нас здесь?
The strange sound wasn't from... The flower vase was... Lillian was afraid that she would be recognized if she left. So she changed...
And it's Ace Detective time! Having been selected out of the blue, Lillian, her panic only intensified after she entered the tunnel and had water poured on her head. So she kicked the door. Hearing the commotion, Cowell leapt into the... He did not know that Lillian was not from Fontейнм, mistakenly believing that the water from the primordial sea needed time to take effect. The two broke the flower vase during the struggle, but with no way of escaping, she changed her cloak.
Аля, ну и сюжеточка.
She knew that she would have to go through guard inspection if she...
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were chatting over macarons.
So, at this point, all the events.
Ah, so that.
Bravo!
Now then, Lady Farina, do you wish to... Please answer the question, Lady Farina. Also, if I may add...
What? Are you reading my mind now? No. I have no...
Wow! Look at that!
If there are no objections, then as the Chief Justice of Fonteyne, I shall... The actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Cowell, selected his... With some modifications to the selector, he could ensure that the pre-selected... To cover up any evidence while committing the deed, Cowell thought of allowing the water tank. He also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the performance to cause the tank to... He poured the water from the primordial sea into a balloon during the preparation of the magic box. Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door when bringing the young woman. When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightened. If all had gone to plan, the young woman would be dissolved at this time. However, Lillian was not from Fonteyne. Realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel and met Lillian, thinking that the waters had not yet taken effect. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious, and placed into the mat. Lillian, according to her own statements, then changed clothes and hid until the performance ended. As for Linny, he was in the underground structures within the Opera House, and was from this reconstruction of events, we can conclude... While there is much in Linny and Lillian's conduct that this case, at least, can be handed over to the oratories to make the final decision. As such, Linny and
Great work, Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Next, I think, how did you find the water from the primordials?
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake.
I suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's notes was... I'm sure you know what you must do to lessen your...
Speak quickly!
Unless you want to earn yourself a...
I was just followed. We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Linny, and thus cause suspicion to fall on...
And now that your plan has fallen through, and the secrets of the water... Therefore, you would be wise to tell every...
Yes! Our boss discovered that the water can cause people to... It can also be made into a potion, which when extremely diluted, can cause people to... We've been in this business for a while now, and have made decent more off it. The
And now he can no longer...
Such ruthlessness.
An outrage. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
Пиздец просто.
So, we're just going back now? That's...
Traveler, Paimon, please wait.
Linny...
I know you may not want to speak to me right now. Maybe, but still. Let me thank you again for defending me to the end, I guess. But I didn't approach you with any ulterior motives or ill intent. As for why I'm a Fatus, it's because the goals of the House of the Hearth, that was how Father, who you might know as the Knave...
The Knave? The one who controls the House of the Heart?
That's right. And since we're here, back when our parents first died, to survive, I took to surreptitiously observing an older street performer who did magic. I took my sister through several streets until we found a crowded court. To my surprise, we proved to be pretty popular, and we could at least stop worrying about where our next meal would come from for a time. Before long, an aristocrat came to me. And
so you went from orphans?
That was how we felt at first too. As if fate, but I gradually discovered that while we were called, he would constantly take me to all sorts of banquets to garner attention.
That doesn't seem too bad either.
It took a while for me to realize just how, after one particular performance at a banquet, I waited a long time after we returned home, but she didn't. The answer he gave me was, she caught the eye of the most eminent person at the banquet.
Oh no. But what am
As far as outsiders are concerned, this is a relationship akin to adoption or foster care. I managed to ferret out the location of the mansion of that so-called eminent person, and all I saw was the moonlit ground covered in blood.
So, she...
That's right. She had rescued my sister before she could come to any harm, and had even discovered several girls. Father, I mean, the knave, might have seen something in me. The House of the Hearth welcomes you, for your interests align with ours. Here, none. I was hesitant to trust her. I mean, but she was also quick to destroy the noble who had taken us in it.
Oh, so that's how the two of you joined the House of the Hearth.
She has gained permission from the Tsaritsa to first use the Gnosis's power.
So, she believes in that.
That's right. The whole House of the Hearth is currently working to Today's case has also proven that people from Fonteynm can indeed dissolve, and all of us house members here, Lady Arlecchino herself included, are from Fonteynm. To us orphans, the only connection we have left to this world.
So, from small deeds like distributing magic pockets to huge schemes like stealing a gnosis, everything is aimed at dealing with that prophecy.
It's all right. I understand. I just hope you can understand that even as if you should need anything at all in the future, feel free to find me.
Пиздец, блядь, сюжеточка нахуй.
Bye, Linny.
Hey there. What was with the disappearing act you pulled right?
Пиздец, ну сюжетка.
Were you looking for us?
Ты выиграла? Да, я выиграла в суде. Ну там как бы все к этому и шло. Там просто очень интересная сюжетка.
What's wrong, my dear partner?
Besides, are you sure we're the ones? And given that there's new evidence from the trial...
Ah, I see. Well, I won't lie. Sorry.
Don't say that.
Aw, and we were having so much fun investigating with you, too. It was like having new waters flowing into a stagnant mire. Sorry about that. Wait, shall we have a farewell meal?
Huh? Do we really?
Well, I'd just like to have a proper ending to every important memory. That way there are no regrets later.
Ладно, жаль, что уходишь, у меня никто не смотрит меня. Ну ладно, давай, пока. Я просто не думала, что сюжетка так сильно затянется. Ладно, тут у нас какое-то есть задание. Ух ты, сколько тут примогемусов. Так, соберите 9 ламповых колокольчиков и 5 радужных роз. Давай посмотрим. Понятно. Дальше нам нужно вот этих вот победить. Так, это я собирала уже, да? Ну, у меня их... Прикольно, прикольно. Это когда это... О, вот это их тоже можно, да, победить? Блин, прикольно. Классный ивент. Шо, крутнем тогда оружечку. Так уж и быть. Я все-таки хочу лук выбить. Ладно, ну у нас еще есть возможность собрать примогемы. Ой, надо репутацию, а репутацию тут не очень хочется. Ой. О, гильдия искателей приключений. Пойдем в гильдию. А чё, в Фонтейне у нас какие ресурсики есть? Ну, здесь у нас руды нету, к сожалению. А, у меня нет тут никого такого. Ну ладно, ладно.
Move out.
Давайте подношение сделаем, попробуем. Ну, тут мило, прям к фонтану, печати, типа, ля, монеточки, якобы. А, у меня мало печати. Ну, блин. Это мило, что он здесь прям находится. Что, нам надо собирать розы? А теперь нам нужны ламповые колокольчики. Угу. Так, ну это мы сюда, значит, пойдем. Попроходим. Ивентик такой. Блин, муха летает такая мерзкая. Что, будем драться?
The wind rises. You dare to gaze upon me?
А тут красивая музыка для боевки, да? Блин, опять застряла. А хотела просто розы пособирать. Кайф. Бля, может, хватит пиздеть уже, а? Так, сейчас мы пока прекратим отслеживание. Вот и то, что нам нужно. Так, с этим покончено. Дальше. Так, давай его поищем вот здесь. Блин, ну только туда показывается. Блин, опять бежать еще 1000 лет. Ну ладно. Побегим. Ой, он высоко телепорт. Ладно, не будем пока подниматься туда. Релакс. Жалко, тут нету, как в этом, в Сумеру таких штучек. На буковку Т нажимаешь, и все. И кайфулишь. Да, но сундуки я не буду собирать, пока я их на интерактивной карте хочу отмечать. Это будет потом. Чтобы мне их не пропустить. Блин, и гидрокол тут, но я его тоже собирать не буду пока что, потому что, ё-моё. А, вот они, блин. Ну ладно, тут, походу, придется сундук собрать, да? Ку-ку, привет. Блин, не хотела же я сундук собрать. Ну ладно, от одного ничего не случится. Можешь чек я? Тебе чекнуть? Ну, скидывай, если ты на Европе. UID, только... Сейчас посмотрим. Так, 7, 4, 8, 393, 977. Так, ну, там она еще не на 100%, но, думаю, на 45%. Так, а зачем ее тогда чекать, если она у тебя не собранная? Ну да. Так она у тебя вообще еще не собранная, грубо говоря. Ей не надо это в первую очередь качать, ей надо в первую очередь качать ешку. Вот. Как бы так. Но, наверное, играбельная. Просто я ее пока не собирала, вообще не играла ей. Дамаг уже по 40к. Ну, нормально. Хотя мало верится. На Потендра под бентом. Понятно. Так, сколько у нас тут собрано? Короче, еще надо поплавать и вот эти штучки пособирать. Ну ладно. Тут, скорее всего, статую архонтов надо повышать, да? Что, мне тут нужны ракушки? Так, и вот это осталось последнее. Ох-охо. Сейчас посмотрим, где можно еще собрать, чтобы под воду нам опять не лезть. Так, интерактивная карта у меня должна быть открыта где-то. Показывает, что еще здесь где-то должен быть. И мне нужно что-то где-то рядом с телепортами.
Let's move out.
Что-то далековато переместилось. Так, ну где-то здесь, значит, я в правильном направлении двигаюсь. Так, их тут должно быть 3. Где-то еще должна быть одна. Ага, вон она. вот это босс. Что, пойдемте его попробуем победить. Он и тут красиво, пиздец. Я еще в прошлый раз, когда смотрела, просто... Не знаю, у меня отряд, конечно, такой посредственный, но ладно, попробуем. А их можно как-то вызвать или что? А, надо туда подойти и их там вызвать.
Allow me.
Unthinkable! Kamisato art. Sumetsu! Billowing surge!
The wind rises. Bow your head.
Get out of here! Everybody stand back!
Squall and fury.
Hold the line.
My apologies.
Behold. The price for my sins.
Uphill battle.
Squall and fury.
Whirling snow! I dishonored. Teamwork is dreamwork!
Behold.
Get out of here! Take cover!
Rest and rebuild.
That's far enough.
How amusing.
That's far enough.
Блять. Ну ладно.
Was futile.
Why do they never miss?
Ля, красота. А, я же еще хотела посмотреть, как отряды выглядят. Я хотела посмотреть, все-таки Калей будет сидеть на картах. Ага, сейчас. Ну да, да, понятно.
Well, since you asked so nicely.
Let's go gather some samples.
A walk would be nice.
Good eye. For justice.
Короче, как так. Я думала, прикольнее будет. Так, сбор завершен. Блин, они все под водой. Мне такое не нравится. Ладно, на сегодня, я думаю, все пока что. Пойду поиграю в Sims. Спасибо, кто был на трансляции, кто посмотрел эту трансляцию в записи. В общем, так, сейчас на стриме никого нет, как ни странно. Но, наверное, все собираются к школе, и сегодня довольно-таки много стримов у других стримеров и блогеров. И я довольно непопулярная, поэтому все нормально, я ни на кого не обижаюсь, все классно, здорово. Спасибо тем, кто заходил, спрашивал что-то у меня. И я прощаюсь, всем пока, заходите еще на стримы. Всем пока!